right. Well, yesterday we went into all of the details of the legal battle and PR battle between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, once co-stars on It Ends With Us, and now they're mortal enemies, I think you could say. But that doesn't just mean that he's in a battle with Blake Lively. Justin Baldoni is also in a battle with Blake Lively's husband, Ryan Reynolds, who has taken this dispute very personally, even to the point of writing a character into Deadpool and Wolverine that parodies Justin Baldoni. I can't even feel bad for him because he deserved to get mocked like this.
Even if he was wrong done or hard done by?
I can't feel bad for Justin Baldoni, the sanctimonious male feminist,
like even if you
who wrote a
poorly,
movie or like directed a movie for the purpose of like being a domestic abuse advocate. Like, I just don't take you seriously. So neither does Ryan Reynolds, and he wrote this character of Nice Pool in the movie, and I recall him being in it. I didn't make the connection at the time that this was based off of a real person.
They came out so close to one another that you forget that they were in production at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm sure that this informed the writing of the character. This thread was written about all of the ways that they referenced Justin Baldoni. They say, the more I learn about Nice Pool's character, the more evident it becomes that Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively were mocking Justin Baldoni in the movie. Here are all of the scenes where Nice Pool is imitating Justin Baldoni.
We cannot play the clips, obviously, because we will get copyrighted. But if you guys don't remember, it was Ryan Reynolds with the man bun.
So there's one line that Nice Pool delivers talking about Lady Pool, saying, "Oh my goodness, wait till you've seen Lady Pool. She's gorgeous. She just had a baby too, and I can't even tell." Deadpool interjects saying, "I don't think you're supposed to say that," to which Nice Pool calmly responds, "That's okay. I identify as a feminist." It's giving Baldoni.
Wait, so here's the thing. You kind of, like, the humor in Deadpool and Wolverine really wasn't for you, right? Does this make the joke funnier to you
it
now?
Does. To know that
because
it was inspired by real life petty drama bullshit, yes, it absolutely makes it more entertaining for me. Might warrant a rewatch, actually, for me to reinterpret all of these scenes. This other scene features the supervillain Cassandra Nova using her powers to probe Deadpool's mind. As she invades his memories, Deadpool exclaims, "And where in God's name is the intimacy coordinator?" A pointed jab referencing Blake's allegations against Justin Baldoni, in which she claimed there was no intimacy coordinator on set.
That was in the movie, right? Okay. I always thought that was funny because the idea that the audience would know what an intimacy coordinator is almost too it's too on the nose. Like, sure, we know what an intimacy coordinator is because this is what we do for work, but the average person's gonna be like, what the hell is an intimacy coordinator?
But I guess to Ryan Reynolds, when he included that line, it was a wink and a nod to,
I guess,
if you know, you know.
I mean, that just means he put his own pettiness over, like, actual audience understanding.
With the amount of money that this movie made, clearly no one minded.
Nope.
There's another point where a Nice Pool smugly remarks, "My calling is to host a podcast that monetizes the women's movement," which appears to parody Justin Baldoni's feminist podcast called
This was an outtake.
Man Enough.
Yeah.
And I wish that they kept that line. That would have actually maybe gotten a light exhale out of the nose from me.
It's the best they could hope for.
And Nice Pool is imitating Justin Baldoni being criticized for opening up about his trauma and turning to faith and spirituality for healing, something that Justin Baldoni has openly discussed in his podcast and interviews. And there were several other examples here, but this was all speculation until Megyn Kelly interviewed Justin Baldoni's lawyer on her show the other day. Baldoni's attorney is named Brian Freeman, and he was asked to address the rumors that Nice Pool was a character created to parody his client. He said, "There is no question it relates to Justin. The hair bun that Nice Pool is wearing and the comment about pregnancy made it pretty obvious what's being done." He continued, "What I make of it is that if your wife is sexually harassed, you don't make fun of Justin Baldoni. You don't make fun of the situation. You take it very seriously. You file HR complaints. You raise the issue and you follow a legal process. What you don't do is mock the person and turn it into a joke. But again, if someone is seriously sexually harassed, you don't make fun of it. It's a serious issue." And I have to agree with that argument. If Ryan Reynolds were under the impression that his wife was getting egregiously harassed by a colleague during the production of her film, would you really think it's a laughing matter?
Yeah, like it kind of throws cold water on that argument.
Seems like they both just were having a grand old time making fun of him at the end of the day.
The irony of Nice Pool is, did you see that he was a presenter yesterday at the National Board of Review Awards for like awarding like some prize to Wicked?
No.
Listen to what he said. It's a fairly feminist sounding statement. What he says, he goes, "Wicked is indeed wicked," Reynolds said of the film in his speech. "It dares to center on two powerful women. It examines a nuanced, complex relationship which has resonated with people for over 2 decades on stage. Stories about women seem to be held to a different set of standards. And that is to say that they're often held to the standard women are held to in life. You must be perfect. You must hide your strength. You must shapeshift or placate." Sounds very feminist. I would actually argue that that's something Nice Pool would have said in the movie.
Yeah, what's his deal? Can he pick a side?
Pick a lane, bro.
But I also feel like if you asked Blake Lively whether she's a feminist, she'd be like, "Oh yeah, totally. Like, like girls supported girls. Yeah. Buy my hair care line." Like, that's the type of feminist she is. They're both,
as long as they can make a product that says women supporting women.
Yeah, they're both paying lip service to it. I think that Justin Baldoni is a true believer, though.
I know a lot of people think that this case is like, and maybe news-wise it'll be as big as Depp versus Heard, but I don't think it will reach the same level of general audience cultural significance, because the Depp versus Heard trial became a stand-in for the gender wars, and this just comes off as vacuous celebrities being vacuous.
Yeah, definitely.
Like it comes off as rich,
you can't
entitled
take
celebrities.
This situation. You can't like look at the dispute between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni and somehow relate it back to something you experienced. Like, it's less relatable. Everyone could understand what a toxic relationship looks like and relate it back to like a relationship in their own life or one that they witnessed and relate it back to Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. This doesn't have the same resonance, but I do like, just for pettiness sake, that Ryan Reynolds is defending his woman. Like, even if it's totally unfounded and unreasonable, he reportedly berated Justin Baldoni for fat shaming Blake Lively.
Apparently it looks, and there's like different takes of that too. Some say he didn't raise his voice at all. Others say he did. Well, more hearsay. We'll never know the truth.
The claim in Justin Baldoni's lawsuit was that Ryan Reynolds had an aggressive confrontation with him and berated him during a heated meeting at the couple's Tribeca penthouse.
It's just funny because I can't actually picture him like...
You can't picture Ryan Reynolds yelling at someone?
Like yelling in a serious way.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. He's Van Wilder. He'll always be Van Wilder.
So Ryan Reynolds allegedly accused Justin Baldoni of fat shaming Blake Lively. The reality, as Justin Baldoni claims, is that he wanted to find out how much Blake Lively weighed so that he could make sure he was strength training.
Diabolical, men's. Like,
in order to pick her up in a scene in the movie, because Justin Baldoni has a back injury.
Like, somebody needs to make a skit now where a guy takes this advice and goes and asks his wife. He's like, "Honey, like, I've got to go to work on Monday. I need to know how much you weigh so that that I'm not hurt when I go into work on Monday."
Yeah, exactly.
Okay?
We have another 20 from Carnell. Wow, Mary actually giving props to Ryan Reynolds doing something funny. This calls for a celebration. The best I can do is this super chat. Cheers.
Thank you.
Yeah, like, I'm not a fan of Ryan Reynolds or any of these people, but I have to hand it to him. Like, credit where credit's due.
I will always love Ryan Reynolds as an actor. I don't care how one note he is.
But as you said, those claims that he berated Justin Baldoni were countered in the media by a source, which I believe is just Ryan Reynolds or a rep of his. Mm-hmm. So a source told TMZ that the meeting did go down last January, and everyone in attendance knew of Justin Baldoni's alleged behavior being addressed, but there was zero blindsiding. And the source says that Ryan Reynolds was not screaming or berating Justin Baldoni, although they concede he was angry and stern. And Reynolds spoke in an impassioned way, but it did not rise to the level of screaming.
Like, who's the judge of that, right? Is there like a meter on the side of the room that like judges when it becomes yelling?
Yeah, like it's all subjective.
It almost
really.
sounds like a sitcom.
But like Baldoni kind of seems soft because it's like a thing that a girl says. Where she's like, I feel like you're yelling at me right now. Like I feel like you're screaming and berating me. But Baldoni said in his claim in the lawsuit that encounter he had with Ryan Reynolds left him traumatized. He said it was traumatic and that he had never been spoken to in that manner in his entire life.
Even if Baldoni is 100% in the right, that's like undignified to complain.
Definitely.
It's undignified to complain about. Sorry. He wasn't playing. He was just playing angry pool at that party. He just wasn't nice pool this time around.
Man to
Good job,
man, like
Benny.
don't men have an unspoken agreement that you can have a heated confrontation and you can resolve it afterwards because all that needed to happen was getting it out in the open.
Yeah, you should be then you're good. You're back to being bros.
Right. I don't know if they were like
they were never bros, but you know.
Yeah. Thank you.
It is an unbelievable level of pettiness.
Yeah, I kind of love that.
So.
Like bring pettiness back to Hollywood.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.